I don't even look at it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island Season 9, Episode 21, 22. In the 20s range, you know. So it's been a little bit since I did my last review, recap on Love Island, but I was keeping up with it. So last thing we left off of, Zara. Zara's out of the villa. She's been out of the villa for about a week now. Basically after the whole blow up of her and Tom, they were like, oh, let's do a recoupling. And then with the order of how the guys went, Tom was the last person to pick, and he picked Ellie instead of Zara. There's been another recoupling afterwards. So then we have Jordan and Casey in the villa. The thing is, there's a lot of dynamics that have been happening. So Ellie and Tom, obviously, they didn't really like each other like that, but he just picked her over Zara. Olivia and Spencer, you know, they were coupled up, but then there was another voting. It was a voting for the guys, and the two guys will be leaving the villa. So that vote, it had Kai, Spencer, and Aaron in the bottom. Aaron was just taking up space in that villa and just inserting himself into, you know, situations that he just needed not to be in. With that vote, they saved Kai over Spencer and Aaron, and Spencer and Aaron left the villa. So now let's get down to the current people that are in the villa. So Kai realized that he has something with Olivia, which is quite crazy because in the beginning, he did not step forward for Olivia. And when Olivia stole him, he decided to step forward for another person. So the fact that he now was basically like, let me go chat to Olivia. And Olivia basically reciprocated because obviously Olivia did like him. But when he basically was like, no in the beginning, you know, she basically, I guess, closed that door. But obviously Kai decided to chat to Olivia. They get to know each other, and obviously he likes Olivia. Because before he wanted to chat to Sammy, he realized there was nothing with Sammy. So now he's with Olivia now. So Olivia basically paid dust to Spencer. Spencer decided to chat to Danielle, but obviously he's home. He's gone out the villa. So Danielle's back into a couple relationship with Ron, because now when the girls had the power to recouple, it came down to Lana making the decision between Ron and Casey. So everybody's like telling Lana, like, you know, Ron basically did you dirty because he decided to get to know Zara, decided to get to know Ellie, and then he decided to get to know Sammy. So now this is your time, you know. So the next thing you know, you hear Tom, basically, because it used to be Shaq being the voice of reason, and basically telling Ron, like, you know, what you're doing to Lana is not right, da-da-da-da. So then Tom, before the recoupling, he pulls Lana. Well, he tells Ron this, but then he pulls Lana and basically says, you know, you're like my sister in here, and you know how Ron is treating you is not right. You know, I think, you know, Casey's one of my best mates in here. I think you should pick Casey. Basically pushed her in a way to like pick Casey instead of Ron. So basically at the recoupling, Lana decides to pick Casey. Episode ends. It's like cliffhanger. So then that basically leaves Ron back with Tanya. So Ron's like, oh yeah, if she picks Casey, I'm done with her. Nope. Back again. They're back again. Basically what this episode entails was that, you know, Lana basically told Casey, like, you know, my heart is basically with Ron, and basically friend zoned him. So she had a chat with Ron, and then in the chat, she kissed Ron. And Casey was just like, that's a little bit muggy, and then he's very upset about that because, after she friend-zoned him, she basically was like, I can be your wing woman. So Casey just felt some type of way because he just like, you let me down, and then you just like put salt in the wound.
Honestly, don't even look at him.
What the fuck? Are they taking the piss?
So he felt a little way about that. And then after finding out that her and Ron were kissing right after he broke it off, she broke it off with him, he just felt like he got mugged off real bad. So he was just like, I came in here, I cheered you up and everything, and I was just basically used for you to go back to Ron. It was quite evident that she was going to go back to Ron. It didn't feel like she had any type of connection with Casey. I just feel like she just wanted to do it because he had people telling her to go to Ron. And obviously after giving Ron 3 chances to basically like pick her or see where his head is at or explore, she was just like, But it was very obvious that she was basically going to be coming back, which she did a second time. She came back to Ron and basically was like, it's Ron. And the thing is that they haven't been in a couple since like the first week. So it's quite crazy that they're having this like story, like this little struggle story, this whole entire villa. Like this is week 3 and you're like still struggling to make it, So with that being said, they're back together. Casey got mugged off and Ron and Lon are back together. In this episode, there was also the hideaway, and they gave it to Will and Jesse. So Will and Jesse were, getting it on, having their little fun time in the hideaway, and, they did everything. Yeah. So throughout the night, Olivia pulls Sammy to have a chat because when Spencer left, I guess in a joking manner, Danielle was basically like, oh, they're going to bring in new guys. So as soon as Danielle left the room, Olivia basically says, like, he's not even out of the villa and you're already, like, worrying about new guys. So she tells that to the girls right after Danielle left the room. So Sammy decides to tell Danielle, like, hey, as soon as you left her room, this is what Olivia said. So Danielle felt some type of way, like, why is Olivia waiting till I leave the room? If anything, you should just tell me, or, while I was there, or say something like that, because it was just a joke. So she tells Danielle. Danielle then has a chat with Olivia, like, are you talking about me? So Danielle never really said Sammy's name. She just said one of the girls pulled me and said what you said. So, they hugged it out, squashed it, whatever. So, but Danielle doesn't really mess with Olivia like that. So now that Olivia and Sammy are having a little chat, she was just like, what? Like, I don't like you talking back behind my back. I was like, that's my information, that's my business. But I'm just like, if you say as soon as Danielle left the room to a group of girls, what business is it to be had? You know what I'm saying? Like, you wait till Danielle leaves the room to have that conversation or to say that statement or whatever. And, Sammy decided to be like, I just feel like that's kind of weird that you wait till she left to say it. So she decided to, speak to Danielle about it. So she was just like, oh, I felt like it was my business. Like, I don't know. I don't like how you spread my business like that. But obviously they squashed it. But I don't think they're going to be moving the same way as they have. But even then, it's just like Olivia had basically, I wouldn't say had it out for Danielle, but she always would comment on things that Danielle did. Like, she commented on, her and Ron being, very close and able to do things like that in challenges or games. So she's like pulling Lana to the side, like, oh, don't you think that's kind of weird that Danielle is over here doing that to Ron or whatever? So I feel like Olivia just had a little something, with Danielle. I don't know, but it's not looking good for her. So then throughout the day, you know, after Will and Jesse comes back from their hideaway, you know, Tanya and Jesse basically chat. Tanya basically told Jesse what we already been knew from like last week when she said everything, that basically that's exactly what Will and Jesse did when they were in the hideaway. So she was just like, she told the girls they did bits, but they did other stuff. So, you know, Jesse and Tanya basically saying when they get to the hideaway, then we'll tell them what happened. So they get Shaq gets a text basically like there's gonna be a heart rate challenge, and the guys went first. Basically, it seemed like the guys basically, you know, like their Tanya. They like their little Tanya because, well, I saw Casey pick Tanya up. I see Tom still doing whatever he doing. You know, all them guys still, you know, fancy Tanya in a way. I'm just kidding. But out of the guys, you know, Will was obviously funny. Like, he was just doing his little funny dance movements. Shaq was doing whatever he was doing.
Shaq. Okay, if there was a bar, he would have flew over the bar. It was just Shaq attack. That's my man.
Tom basically came out with his little dark angel attire. You know, Casey, he kissed Lana in that challenge, even after the friend zone thing. It was a lot. So the next thing you know, it was the girls. You know, Lana went out first, and Tanya, she did her thing. She left Shaq speechless. You know, he was on the ground for a minute. Danielle came out, you know, she was doing her little do. Let me stop. She was doing her little dance. And then after all the girls went, there was this new girl in the villa. So this new girl comes into the villa, and she's gonna do a heart race challenge. The thing is that this new girl's blonde. I don't know her name, but Ron went through so many different, you know, exploring connections with different girls besides Lana. So if he moves his head one more time, besides being with Lana, it's like, I want to say it's over, but Lana been coming back to him, you know, 2 times now. So if she does it again, I'm just like, but I'm just like, she's blonde. So, and he has a thing with, you know, talking to blondes because that's what he likes. But I don't know whose heads are really going to turn. I mean, Casey, you know, since he's single, he can get to speak to the girl that came into the villa. Jordan and Danielle, you know, they like each other a bit. So, well, he likes Danielle a bit. So we'll see where that goes because Ellie also had a problem with Danielle. She was just like, her and Jordan were just chatting. That was all they were doing. And she was just like, oh, if Danielle picks him in the recoupling, the villa will be in an uproar. I'm just like, you and Jordan don't even have a proper connection, but you will be upset if Danielle would have went before you did, you know, and picked Jordan. Like, Spencer went home. She really has nobody else. She's been coupled up with Ron for the past week and a half. Like, please, if that was the case, just like let her explore the connection if she really has a connection for Jordan. Anyway, obviously Ellie and Jordan are not really doing much, so that's gonna be dead because he's obviously looking at Tanya. Shaq and Tanya, they're doing great, doing good. Will and Jesse doing good. Ron and Lana back to square one, basically. So we'll just have to see if Olivia is with Kai. So we'll just have to see who's this blonde-haired girl gonna turn heads for. I mean, the reasonable option would be Casey because he's single, but we don't know. But that was basically episode 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, Casey basically put Ron in his place because Ron was basically like he been mugged off, because if roles were reversed and a guy basically friend zone a girl, and then after that friend zone conversation he goes ahead and talks to the other girl he likes and kisses them in that same night, everybody would have been like, no, whoa, blah blah blah. So you can't really give Lana a pass like, oh, Lana this, Lana that, because that was kind of muggy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, when Casey decided to speak to Ron, he was just like, yeah, you're just speaking rubbish. Like, he see your track record, not looking good. But anyway, this episode, you know, basically was just the heart rate challenge. But we'll see what's going to happen in the next episode. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below your thoughts, comments, concerns, and you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.